after that, I don't know. But I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope that you're enjoying the little bit of rain that we've been getting here. That makes me happy just in general, so I hope that everybody else is feeling happy too. Today we're going to be talking about eating out. So how many of us eat out? Yes, pretty much everyone I would suspect eats out at some point. So what are the things that we really want to talk about here today? Are talking about eating foods with less saturated fat, using smaller portions when we're eating out, lowering our sodium intake, and just overall eating healthier, lighter, and low-fat menu food items. Oops, wrong way. So there's actually 6 ways, not 5, as it kind of deceives you to say, ways to make dining out healthier. We can take time to look at the entire menu. Sometimes the lighter options are actually on the back of the menu. They hide the healthy options. The child's portions are usually on the back of the menu. Same with even the senior meals, they're always on the back of the menu. So don't just open it in the center where they want you to look. Flip it over, look through the whole entire menu first. Also become familiar with the healthier options. If you already have an idea in your head of some options that you can get when you go to eat out, it makes eating out and being healthier while eating out a lot easier. Choose grilled versus baked, and baked over fried items. So we want to choose, the grilled chicken or the baked chicken over fried chicken. Lowering our salt intake we can do by choosing those fresh foods. Condiments, they are really the sneaky sodium intake is what it happens. Actually, 1 packet of ketchup has 110 grams of sodium in it. And usually we don't use 1 packet. 6 packets later and you're already at quite a high percentage of your sodium intake. We want to look for the healthy ingredient substitution to lower our calories. So instead of maybe doing an unhealthy side like fries, choose an apple. Those are some good ideas to just make some small substitutions that can really make a difference in eating out and eating healthy. Change the portion size. This is the biggest thing. So what happens when you go out to eat? The portions are ginormous, and we kind of feel like we want to get the value out of what we're purchasing, so we tend to want to eat it all, or at least we are around others and we're eating and talking and not really monitoring how much we're intaking. So if we just choose a smaller portion to begin with, you can really eat healthier while eating out. So first of all, we're talking about reducing fat. So we want to go ahead and choose what we were talking about, the baked or grilled items. So choose the grilled mahi-mahi instead of the fish and chips, or choose the baked chicken instead of the fried chicken. Those are some good alternatives, and you're still getting to go out and enjoy spending time with friends or family, but you're getting to lower in your fat intake as well. We want to talk about asking for low-fat or fat-free dairy products. Who goes to Starbucks? Anyone? Do you normally tell them any alterations to your drinks, or do you just order a standard latte? If you order the standard latte, it comes with 2% milk, for example. That's 250 calories. By just asking for non-fat milk, you're going to reduce it by 50 calories and 6 grams of fat. So just make the simple substitutions. Go up there next time, say, can I have the non-fat milk instead of the regular milk? And then that will help reduce your fat and your calories for your drinks. Choosing lean meats, fish, or vegetarian options. Sometimes I think we forget about the vegetarian options when we go out, but if you're going out and you're hungry for a burger, try a vegetable burger, try a veggie burger. They're really good. And it also goes along with thinking about meatless Mondays. We can choose something that will help lower your fat by choosing vegetarian options. Order healthy, light, or low-fat entrees. This is really a new thing. If you ever look on the menus, they actually have sections now that are called lighter fare or healthier options, 600 calories or less. They have a lot of different names for the different restaurants, and they are great options because not only are they smaller portions, but the cooking techniques that are used are going to be healthier and lower in fat. Salad dressings. So instead of getting your salad with it smothered with the dressing, go ahead and ask for it on the side. It really works great if you just dip your fork, and when you're eating your salad, you don't miss out on, you won't feel like you're missing out on getting any kind of dressing, and you'll actually be surprised at the end how much dressing is left over in your side dish. Whereas if you pour it on the whole thing, you're more than likely going to consume the rest of it. Being aware of the low-carb options. Low carb works great for some people, but they're also going to be increasing the fat in those items because they usually increase the protein, and sometimes it's higher fat protein that we're going to be looking at. Sodium. So lower sodium options, we got to think about fresh foods. When you go out, you have a burger, what do we order to go with it? Fries. Or you have a sandwich at Subway, what do you usually get? Chips. Those are high sodium items. Just think about even when you go to Panera and they give you the option, instead of ordering chips to go with it, order an apple instead. Choose a side of fruit, choose a side salad. That'll help reduce your sodium levels, and it'll also help reduce your calories. Paying attention to the condiments. This is what we were talking about. Does anybody like In-N-Out? Yes. So actually actually, that little bit of secret sauce that they put on there is 80 calories just for that secret sauce. And it's a lot of sodium. So order no sauce, and you can go ahead and put your own on, or just order it on the side and add a little bit so you're still getting some of that. We also want to decrease our use of soy sauces, salt, MSG, and other high sodium sauces. If you still like your soy sauce and you want it, just choose the reduced sodium soy sauce and reduce the amount that you use. And another big thing is to taste before you eat. Sometimes we have that habit of reaching for the salt shaker before we even try the food. If you just taste it first and then reach for the salt shaker and fix it if you feel like it needs a little bit more. We have low-calorie dining. We always want to order the salad because if you order a salad first, you're going to fill up with that fiber and you're going to be getting some more nutrients in your body before you intake that big meal. And it kind of, you don't leave that hunger right to the very end when that big meal comes and you're going to want to eat the entire thing because you kind of broke that first by eating a healthier salad and filling up with the fiber first. Another thing would be avoid words. These are key words you really want to look for in menus. Look for creamy stuff, sauce, or crisp. This usually means high fat, fried. It's going to mean higher sodium levels for most of these items. So we want to look for things instead like grilled or baked. Those kind of terms are are going to actually have lower calories, lower fat, and lower sodium. Say no to the tortilla chips. What happens when we go out to eat Mexican food? We tend to eat the chips because they put them on the table first, right? How many chips are in one serving? Any of my students know? Yeah, 9 to 13, it really is. But most people eat the entire bowl full, then they bring you another bowl full, and before you know it, 3 bowls later, who knows how many servings of the chips you consume. You've increased your calories, you've increased your sodium, and definitely your fat because they're fried. So, skip the high-calorie drinks. Just adding a soda, that's another 175 calories to your meal. Now, most people get refills on their soda, so then you start adding it up over time, especially alcoholic beverages. It's okay to go out and have the occasional glass of wine. That's not fine, or have a beer, but just don't do it with every meal, especially if you're going out frequently and you're getting them with every meal, you're adding all the extra calories to your meals. And water throughout your meal. This is a big thing. We often forget about drinking it because when you're dehydrated or when you're not hydrated enough, essentially, you can actually mistake being thirsty for being hungry. And so sometimes when we eat and you don't have enough water and you're not drinking enough water, you'll still feel hungry after that meal. You'll feel like, wow, that didn't even satisfy me. But it was because what you were looking for was actually water, fluid, to satisfy your thirst first. And by drinking water throughout your meal, it helps fill you up along the way. So you're going to fill up faster and you're not going to be eating as much of the other foods. Reducing our portion sizes. This is huge. The portion sizes that come out now, everybody knows, are humongous compared to what they used to be. And oftentimes we eat the whole portion of whatever's brought to us because, like we were talking about before, we're purchasing it. We want to feel like we're getting our money's worth of the item. So some great ideas are to ask for kids' items, or you can ask for the lighter fare, or they often have lunch portions. The lunch portions are going to be almost half the size, usually, of some of the dinner portions. If you want to, and you feel like you really want to get your value out of your item, ask the waiter to box up half ahead of time. If you take half home, you can have half for lunch tomorrow, and then you're only eating half the portion for today. So that really helps out as well. We can order appetizers for an entree, just to make sure you don't order the fried ones. Don't order the plate of onion rings instead of something else. But the appetizers do have smaller portions, and it's actually usually more cost effective to order the appetizers. If you're going out with friends, try to share. I mean, sometimes don't you ever get to the end and your eyes are kind of bigger than your stomach, and you look at everybody's plate and they all have something left over? If you had just shared in the first place, you would have eaten less, you would have also cut your costs in half. So. This is the best one, the portion size illusion. Which plate actually contains the most food? Anyone? The same. But this looks like you're getting something. This looks like, I don't know, it looks so sad, like it's all going on the plate. It's really bad. And what we want to go for is a 9-inch plate. So this is a 9-inch plate, and it's filled correctly. And as you can see, the plate looks full. If you took the same items and you put this on a 12-inch plate or even a 14-inch plate, it's going to have that empty space. You're going to want to fill it. This is especially true when you go to buffets or when you go out to eat at friends' houses and they have kind of, a buffet of food out that you're going to go and get your plate first and then you walk through the lines. When you walk through those lines, what do? We want to fill up the whole plate. But if you have a smaller plate to start with, you're going to tend to fill up less. The actual difference they find in calories between filling up plates between a 9-inch plate and a 14-inch plate is almost 500 calories. difference that you're going to be saving by just going with a smaller plate. Also, another tip for the buffet lines is go for salads first, or fruits, and fill up your plate first, and then add what's left. We tend to go for whatever's in line first, and sometimes if that's the macaroni and cheese or the pasta, you're going to just fill up your plate, and then by the time you get to the salad, you only have a little corner left, and you want to just put whatever you can on that last corner. But if you fill it up with the salad and stuff first, then by the time you get to the other higher fat and higher calorie items, you have a smaller spot in your plate for it. So in summary, we're really trying to identify and compare and choose foods with lower calories to fill our plates with more fresh fruits and vegetables and less of the high fat and high sodium and high calorie foods. We want to think fiber. Remember to order those salads in first. Order the fresh fruit instead of the potato chips. We want to think about choosing those lean meats. We really want to cut down on our condiments, so order it on the side, take your dressing on the side, ask for no sauce on those burgers. Just get it on the side if you still really want the sauce, and you can add just a little bit, so you're still getting some of it, but really reducing the calories and the sodium. And taste your food first, like we were talking about before. Just before you grab that salt shaker, think about it first. Taste your food, see if it's okay first. A lot of times it really doesn't even need to be. We want to choose our foods that have less saturated fats. Choose the lower calorie mayonnaise, and avoid some of the high fat mayonnaises and Caesar dressings, Thousand Island and ranch. Ask for a vinaigrette instead, or something else that might be better with lemon juice even on the side, and some olive oil. Have child-sized portions. I know a lot of restaurants now, they don't let you order the child's plate because that's kind of hard. You ask them and they look at you, no, you can't have the child's plate. But you can do just lighter fares like we were talking about, and they usually do have lunch portions, and a lot of times restaurants will give you the lunch portions even at nighttime. So split the meals or ask for the doggy bag. Take it home, have 2 meals instead of 1. Save money and save the calories too. So we're going to break out into groups. I know there's not a ton of us here today, but if you guys just want to separate into maybe 2 or 3 or even 4, however many you want to, just break off into